Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of February 1st through February 5th, 2021. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is I will look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, okay, just so we can see what happened this past week. Okay, and then I will compare that to higher time frames, such as the 4-hour daily and weekly, and then I will try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so to begin with, this past week we saw pretty much everything happen that I predicted. Okay, and we saw mostly ranging markets, which is what I predicted, and furthermore, we are now beginning to see the markets reverse. Okay, meaning the US dollar is starting to rebound, and the euro, the Great British pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, these are starting to retract. Okay, so that's kind of good, because that's what we've been waiting on for quite some time now, at least the last month or two. And the US dollar, like I said, has been slow to rebound. Okay, slow to go back up, and it's still slow to go back up. But like I've been saying, it's going to take a while. Okay, it's going to take a few weeks, maybe a few months, before you see the US dollar really go back up. But now we're beginning to see signs that it is beginning to reverse, and I'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, so to begin with, here on EURUSD, I have the chart open right here. If we look at on a 30-minute chart, on a 30-minute time frame rather, we do see that it's pretty much in a flat sideways motion, right? And the price ended right here, just about where it began, right? So we had a lot of highs and lows. This is actually a pretty good time to trade. You can both buy and sell when you have a range of market like that. Nobody can predict the future, okay, unless you have some kind of like insider information. But yes, when you have a range of market like this, you can both buy and sell using a 30-minute chart, even 15-minute time frame. Okay, so this is good right here. Now we look right here on the 30-minute chart, we see the price. This was on Friday, okay, this past Friday. We see the price dropped and it started to come back up. So I don't really know if it's going to keep dropping or if it's going to go back up even more. Okay, now it should be getting ready to drop. Now if we look at the higher time frames, look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart shows to go up. So this is a kind of big problem right now. And like I was saying before, that we have a resistance right here. This is not going to go all the way back up to where this red arrow was before. There's no way. It's not possible. Okay, and the reason being is if you look at the daily chart shows to go down. Okay, and the weekly chart shows to go down. So long term is going to be dropping. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows to go up. So what's going to happen is it's going to go up, probably more than likely hit this resistance a second time, and then drop, and it will form a red arrow at that point. Okay, now it could go to this point here, but highly unlikely. Okay, highly unlikely. So I'm going to keep it right there. And you look here, let's go just on a smaller time frames real quick, just so I can show you my point. The 1-hour shows to go up, 30-minute shows to go down. So based on the 1-hour chart, okay, 1-hour chart shows to go up. So 30-minute shows to drop. It might drop a little bit and then go back up. What I think is going to happen, here's what I predict to happen this week. Okay, in the beginning of the week, the first couple of days, Monday and Tuesday, we should see the price escalate and go up. Okay, probably up to this point, somewhere in here, I don't know. It could go to this point here, here, whatever, but it will form a red arrow. Okay, on both the 1-hour and 4-hour chart. Keep that in mind. Okay, we're looking for the 4-hour chart to form a red arrow, and then we know we're safe to sell long term. All right, so what should we do this week? Well, like I said, the long-term trend is to sell, but we've been pretty much caught in a range of market. So I feel that it would, based on what happened this past week, it should be safe to both buy and sell. Just keep in mind that the market is going down long term. So if you want to be 100% safe, I would probably recommend selling only. Okay, you should be able to both buy and sell, but to be ultra safe, sell only. Now what do we do here? We put a chart on a 30-minute time frame and 1 hour. Okay, well, like here, we're waiting for it to go up in the 1 hour chart. So this is a little bit tricky now. Okay, what I would do is, number one, wait until you get a red arrow on the 4 hour chart. Okay, then we look to sell. Okay, right now on the 30-minute time frame, it's showing a sell. It's probably going to drop a little ways and then form a blue arrow and spike up even higher, which is what I predict to happen. So yes, you could sell right now, but I would not. Okay, I would wait, like I said, wait until you have a red arrow on the 4 hour, then sell and close the trade when you get a blue arrow on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, and 30-minute time frame right now shows a sell. It could just go up even higher and repaint. Very, very possible. We don't know. So just be careful with that. Okay, keep your eye on that 4 hour chart. When it's time to sell, you can sell, and then once you place the trade, switch back to the 30-minute time frame, close the trade on the blue arrow, and then repeat the process. You can buy on a 30-minute and close again on the next red arrow on 30-minute. Okay, should be safe to do that. Okay, now moving on to GBP/USD. Okay, GBP/USD. Again, we see the price ended almost exactly where it began right here. Okay, so it's caught in a flat sideways motion right now, and that's okay. Okay, this is perfect time to both buy and sell. Now, that's not what I predicted last week. I was saying that it's best to sell, but it's okay. You know, the fact that we're in a range of market right now is a good sign, because that is the beginning of a reversal in the market. Okay, long-term reversal. Now we look at the 4 hour chart. The 4 hour chart shows to sell, right? And we had a lot of highs on those as well. But we see the price keeps going back up to this strong area of resistance. I'm just going to mark that right here. Okay, this whole area right here. So the price this past week shot back up, hit that resistance, and it's going back down again. So what's going to happen? Well, long term, it's going to be dropping. Weekly chart shows to be dropping. Okay, so again, these are all pretty fresh signals. So the market right now is in a state of equilibrium. It's in a state of correction. Okay, it's going to reverse soon, and we can expect this to be dropping long term. Okay, 1 hour chart shows a sell, 4 hour shows a sell, so 30-minute time frame shows a sell. So you see here's a fresh signal. So as of right now, as of right this moment, it is safe to sell. Okay, keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame, close it when you get the next blue arrow, and buy and sell. So for this week, since we're in a range of market right now, I would say it is safe to both buy and sell. Okay, if you want to be 100% safe, look for sell opportunities only using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so moving on to AUDUSD. Okay, Australian dollar versus US dollar. Now here we see something a little bit interesting, which is a good sign actually, that the price ended lower than where it began, and it's kind of working itself into a downtrend. Okay, it's little by little, more or less is in a range of market, but we had this big drop right here, and then kind of spiked back up. And so now the question is it going to go back up even more, or is it going to keep dropping? Okay, based on my experience, I think it's going to keep dropping. Okay, I don't know. I know the Australian dollar has been really strong in the last few months, and I think that strongness is starting to wear off, honestly, because you see here in the 4 hour chart, this was, if I mark this here, this was back in the beginning of January. Okay, the first week of January. Now we're at the end of January, so 3 weeks later, we're finally seeing the price drop more. Okay, we had a support here. Look at this. We have a support right here. Okay, resistance here, support here. So it broke the resistance here, formed a support. Okay, what's the support all the way here, and now that support just broke. Okay, came back up, broke the, when it broke the support here, that became a resistance. Okay, when the resistance was broken again, became a support, bounced off that support again, and is now breaking again. So what that means is that it's going to be going to a long downtrend. Okay, guarantee it, guarantee it. So you see on the daily chart, it's already broke that. So we can expect this week to break that again and drop more. Okay, see here on the weekly chart, the weekly chart is showing the drop, so it is definitely going to be dropping. Okay, now the thing is, the 4-hour chart shows the buy as of this moment. Okay, and the 1-hour chart shows to buy, 30-minute chart shows to sell. So what's going to happen? Well, I think it's going to drop below this line slightly. Okay, and then it's going to form a blue arrow, and this is, you know, this is just my guess, but we have a resistance right here, which is also a support. So I think the price is going to dip down right here, form a blue arrow, and shoot back up. If you see on the 1-hour chart, even the 4-hour chart shows the buy, so we can expect the price to go back up some in the beginning of the week. Okay, so we see here on the 1-hour chart we have a signal to buy. We also see that we have a resistance right here. So I'm thinking the price is going to shoot back up and hit that probably around the middle of the week, and then by Wednesday going to Thursday we'll see this drop back down. So what's going to happen overall with AUDUSD? Again, we're going to see more of a range of market. If we look here on a 30-minute chart, like I showed you, we had more or less a range of market. The price ended, you know, lower than where it began, which is a sign that we are going into a downtrend. But as of right now, it's going to rebound and come back up and then drop back down again. Okay, the Australian dollar is a very strong currency, so do not underestimate it. Okay, so what should we do this week? Okay, I feel that it's going to be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. The only thing I can say is just wait till at least the London session on Monday before you place any trades. Do not get too excited and place a trade right away. Moving on to USDCHF. Okay, moving on to USDCHF. Again, we see that we're in a pretty much a range of market, but you do notice that price is moving up ever so slightly. Okay, the price ended higher than where it began, right? How many points is that? From here to there, you know, get about 500, at least 500 points. Okay, it actually went to about 600 something, but as of where it is right now, you're looking at about 550 points. Okay, that's not bad. That's a slow and steady trickle going uphill, which is what we can expect in the US dollar. Okay, the US dollar has not fully recovered, and it's going to take a few months before that ever happens. Okay, we're still waiting for another round of stimulus checks for the US government to put more money back in the economy. There are talks right now about a third stimulus payment. I've watched some YouTube videos about this, and the Congress and Joe Biden, everybody's kind of arguing about what exactly is going to happen, okay, and how they're going to attack this. So there's rumors about there being monthly payments or weekly payments to I think monthly payments to combat this third stimulus check, or it might be just one big lump sum. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but they are planning a third bigger stimulus package, which is going to put more money back into the US economy, and it's going to drive the US dollar value up. Okay, and it's already starting to show signs that it's going back up, right? So in the coming weeks we can really expect a big gain. See here in the 4-hour chart, the 4-hour chart does not show signs that it's dropping. Okay, now we are at a pretty strong level of resistance as of right now, so I think the price will drop in the beginning of the week. If you look at the daily chart, it shows the buy, and the weekly chart shows the buy as well, and these are not exactly fresh signals. So these came in a couple weeks ago, so it's definitely definitely going to be going up long term, right? But if you look at the 4-hour chart, it shows to sell, right? 1-hour chart shows to sell. So what's going to happen? Okay, in the beginning of this week, it's going to drop, and around Wednesday, it should go back up again. Okay, it's going to be a slow drop, and then slow rise back up. So more or less, we're going to see a continuation of what we saw this past week. We're going to see a flat ranging market. Okay, that's pretty much all we're going to expect. Do not expect any big gains. Okay, so I feel it should be safe to both buy and sell. Okay, if you want to be 100% safe, buy only. Okay, using a 30-minute chart. Okay, if the bigger time frame show to buy, then keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame and buy only. All right, as of right now, look at this, it's showing to buy on a 30-minute time frame, but do not buy right this minute. Okay, wait until, like I said before, wait until at least the London session to see what happens, maybe even the New York session, to see what happens on Monday. Okay, once that kicks in, then you can get a good idea what the market is doing. But we should see, at least on 30-minute chart, we should see a red arrow form here shortly after the market opens, and then you'll see the price drop back down for sure. All right, because the 1 hour shows to sell, 4 hours shows to sell. So yes, we should see the price dropping once you get a red arrow on a 30-minute time frame. All right, so what are we going to do this week? We're going to both buy and sell. Okay, just wait until you get a red arrow on the 30-minute time frame, place a sell trade, close it when you get the blue arrow, and repeat the process. Okay, and keep in mind that this is going up long term. Okay, moving on to US dollar versus Japanese yen. Yes, this one is looking really good for a buy. It is definitely recovering. Okay, we're starting to see a solid uptrend emerging. Okay, as of this past Friday, we hit a strong level of resistance, and now it's just riding sideways. So I do feel that we're probably going to see more of a range of market this week. If we look here on the 4-hour chart, it shows to sell, right? Wow. So it's going to be dropping? Nah, I don't think so. But here on the daily chart, it shows the buy, and the weekly chart shows the buy as well. So we know long term it's going to be going up. And it's already, if you look at the daily chart, I'll show you something. And this is not set in stone. This is just kind of my analysis, my idea of things. But we do see a support. We see an uptrend emerging. Whenever you have an uptrend, you want to mark your support. Okay, we have a point here, point here, point here. We have 1, 2, 3 points to make a trend line. Okay, so that is a good sign. Okay, now we go back to the 4-hour chart with that trend line. This is what I think is going to happen. Price is going to drop back down in the beginning of the week. Okay, and then around Wednesday or so, Wednesday going to Thursday, we'll see it hit this trend line and bounce back up again. All right, that is what's going to happen. If we, even the 1-hour chart, if we look in the 1-hour chart, we should see that price dropping and then boom, go back up again. Okay, 30-minute time frame, same thing. I just zoom out a little bit. Okay, basically the same exact thing. You can see it drop, hit that trend line, bounce up. So what should we do this week? Okay, easy. Put your charts on a 30-minute time frame and buy and sell. As of right now, it looks like a perfect time to sell. All right, and then wait for the next blue arrow, close the trade, and buy again, and just keep repeating that process. Okay, so yes, and if you want to be 100% safe, you see it going in an uptrend, wait for the blue arrow and then place your trade if you want to be 100% safe. Okay, but I do feel that it's okay to both buy and sell. All right, moving on to US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Okay, and we see here that yes, this is starting to go into an uptrend. More or less we have a range of market, but we definitely have an uptrend emerging because the price ended higher than where it began, and we had this big spike up here, this big rally, and then drop, spike back up again, and then another drop. So it might drop some more, but I have a feeling it's not going to. If we look here on the 4-hour chart, we have a signal to sell. Okay, which is not bad. So in the beginning of the week, we should see the price drop some, and then around the middle of the week, we should see the price go back up. Okay, how can we tell that? Well, look at the daily chart. Daily chart shows the buy, and the weekly chart shows the buy as well. If I go back here on the daily chart, maybe even 4 hour, what I feel, here's what I feel is going to happen. We have a support line right there. Okay, if I go back to the daily chart, look at that. Oh wow, beautiful. Okay, look at this, 1, 2, 3 points. That marks our support. Okay, and I feel like this is definitely going to be working itself into an uptrend. If we go back to the 4 hour chart, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see this. We do not have a blue arrow on the 4 hour chart. Okay, maybe the 1 hour chart. Nope, not even the 1 hour chart. Okay, here, a red arrow but no blue arrow. So what's going to happen is the price will drop back down and hit this trend line and form a blue arrow. Okay, that's pretty much a guarantee. Nothing's 100% guaranteed in Forex. Okay, please keep that in mind. But as of right now, I do feel that this will hit a blue arrow and then shoot back up. Okay, that is what we are looking for. Like I said, long term, this is going to be going up. Okay, its daily chart is definitely going up. And okay, so what should we do this week? What should we do? Well, keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame, and you can both buy and sell. As of right now, on a 30-minute time frame, it shows to buy. Okay, but like I said, we're probably going to see the price drop back down again. And the 4 hour, wait for the 4 hour, wait for the 1 hour show to buy before you actually buy. Okay, yes, 30 minutes says to buy right now, but you see the price shot up here and then it came back down. So I think the price is going to come back down, maybe even break this trend line and drop a little more, and you will see either another blue arrow paint, or it's possible that this blue arrow could jump ship and repaint and come over to the next new low. I don't know. Either way, we need to wait for the 4 hour and 1 hour to show a signal to buy before we actually buy. Okay, makes sense. So yes, once you place that buy trade, switch back to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, and then close the trade when you get the next red arrow. Okay, and repeat the process. All right, so you should be able to both buy and sell this week. Okay, I do feel we'll have more or less a range of market, but with a slight uptrend. Okay, we already have an uptrend emerging, so I do think the price is going to go a little higher. And like I've been saying, it's going to be a slow process for this US dollar to rebound. All right, it's just going to take a long time. Okay, US dollar has been a slump for so long since this COVID happened. It's taken a long time to re-emerge. Okay, it's gonna be a long recovery. It's gonna be a long road ahead. So just, you know, sit back and wait, relax, and have patience. Okay, the market is slowly recovering, and like I myself have been trading very slowly. I haven't been placing very many trades because I know the market is very slow right now. It's very sluggish. Okay, so anyhow, have faith and just hang in there. Okay, and that will include my trade predictions. If you have any other currency pair that you want me to examine, please just hit me up on Facebook. There is a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Okay, please contact me there first. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please let me know how I can help you, and thank you.